All right, so triangle sum theorem was the second worksheet that I posted today. And so here we have a triangle. And so what triangle sum theorem says, if you guys saw the other video, is that for every single triangle, all three of the angles are going to add up to 180 degrees. So here, if we're looking at number 1, we're just going to add all three of the angles. So if we have the 30 plus the 95 plus the question mark, all three of those have to add up to 180. And it doesn't matter what kind of triangle it is, this will always be true. So if we go ahead and we add the 95 and the 30, we're going to get 125. And so 125 plus our question mark is going to equal our 80. We want to solve for our question mark, so we do inverse operation. Subtract the 125 from both sides. And so here our question mark is going to be 55 degrees. And so that would be our answer there. Okay. All right, so same thing for number 2. We have 3 angles. We want to find the missing angle. In order for us to be able to find the missing angle, we're going to add all 3 of them and then set them equal to 180. So we have the 25 plus the question mark plus the 30 is going to equal the 180. And then here, we're going to go ahead and combine our like terms. So we have 25 and 30, which is going to give us 55. So 55 plus our question mark is going to equal our 180. We want to get the question mark by itself. So we're going to subtract the 55 from both sides. And so here our question mark is going to equal the 125 degrees. Okay. All right. Okay, this one I do want to go over. So here, I want to remind you guys, once again, I hope you guys already watched the video, but if you haven't, go ahead and go watch the video that I posted last night on the properties of triangles, because I explained how to classify them by the angles, how to classify them by their sides, and so forth, and that's really important here. Just remember here that whenever we have that box means that it's 90 degrees. So even though it looks like they only provided us with one angle, which here would be the 60, they actually gave us 2. Okay, so here if we want to find the question mark, it would be the question mark plus the 60 plus the 90 degrees here. And then that's going to equal the 180. Okay, so here if we add the 60 plus the 90, we get 150. So we have the question mark plus the 150 is equal to the 180. We want to get the question mark by itself, inverse operation, so we're going to subtract 150 from both sides, and so here our question mark is going to equal 30 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to skip to some of the other ones so you guys can do 4 on your own. Here from, I believe it's 5, 6, 7, and 8, here is asking you to solve for x. So it's going to be the same thing. We have 3 angles, right? So we have an angle here, and an angle here. In order to solve for, x, we're going to add all 3 angles and then go ahead and set it equal to 180. So remember here, this is our right angle, which we know is 90 degrees. So we'll have the 90 degrees plus the x. Sorry, my pen's not working. Plus the 68 plus the 26 is equal to the 180 there. Okay, so here we want to combine our like terms. So we have 90 plus 68 plus the 126 is equal to the 180. And so there, when we combine all of those, we should get 184 plus our x is equal to the 180. We want x by itself, so we're going to subtract the 184. And so here the 184 is larger than the 180, so just remember that when we get our answer here, x is going to equal -4. So be careful there. And it's okay that our x is equal to -4 because when we plug it back in, the angle itself is not negative. Okay? Okay, number 6. Once again, it's asking us to solve for x, so it's going to be the same setup. We're going to add all of our angles, so we have x plus 85 plus 50 plus 53 is going to equal the 180. Going to combine our like terms, which here are going to be all the constants. And so when we add all those up together, we're going to get 186. Bring down the x, and then that's going to equal 180. To get the x by itself, we'll do the inverse operation. So we'll subtract 186 from both sides. Okay, and so here we're going to get x is equal to -6. And once again, the angle itself is not -6. When we plug it in there, we would get 79, and so that would work still. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys do 7 and 8 on your own. And then here, numbers 9, 10, 11, and 12 are telling you to solve for the measure of angle A. So here, same setup. We have a triangle. Remember, all three sides of the triangle add up to 180 degrees. So it's going to be the same setup. We're going to add them all together. So we have 5x plus the 130 plus the 5x, and that's going to be equal to the 180. So before we can solve for angle A, and so if you guys see angle A is here, we have to solve for x. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and solve for x, combine our like terms. So we have 5x plus 5x leaves us with 10x. Bring down the 130. Okay, we want the x to be by itself, so we're going to subtract the 130. And we get 10x is equal to 50. We want to get x by itself, divide by 10, and so we get x is equal to 5. But if you look at the question is not asking you for x. The question, once again, is asking you to find the angle A. So angle A here is the 5x. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and plug it in to the 5x. So we have, let me write it this way. So we have angle A is equal to 5x. And so we know that x here is 5. So 5 times 5 leaves us with 25. So angle A is equal to 25. And so that there is going to be our final answer. So make sure that when you're typing your answer into the Google form that you put 25 and not the 5, because if you write the 5, it will be marked wrong. Okay, so let's go ahead and do another one like that. So here we have number 10. So same thing, we want to solve for angle A. So here angle A happens to also be 5x. Okay, so first, in order for us to be able to solve for it, we're going to go ahead and plug it into our equation, right? So all three angles equal the 180. So we have the 10x. Remember, this here is a right angle. Okay, so our right angles are always 90 degrees. So we have 10x plus 90 plus 5x, and all three angles always add up to 180 degrees. Okay, combine like terms here. So we have our 10x and our 5x. And then Ashley, sorry, can I go ahead and have you turn your mic off just so we don't get the background sound, please? And then so here, thank you, the 10x plus the 5x is going to leave us with 15x plus 90 is equal to 180. We want to get the x by itself, so we're going to subtract the 90 from both sides. And then here, when we do that, we get 15x is equal to 90. And so then we're going to divide both sides by 15. And so when we do that, we get x is equal to, what does that leave us with? With 6. Okay. And so remember, once again, it's not asking us to find x, it's asking us to find the angle A. And so here, angle A equals 5x. So here, we're going to plug in the 6 into x, and so we're going to get 5 times 5, which leaves us with 25. So angle A is equal to 25 degrees. And then on your Google form, you're not going to be able to put the degrees. So don't type it out because it'll mark it wrong for you. Just go ahead and once again, just put the 25. And so once again, I want to remind you, please don't write the 6x. Go ahead and just write the 25, which is the final answer. All right, guys, so here I made a mistake. Thank you so much for correcting that. So I plugged in a 5 where I should have plugged in a 6. And so 5 times 6 is not 25, but rather 30. So thank you for catching that, Brianna. So our answer here should actually be 30 degrees and not the 25. Thank you so much.